Aha, it's loaded now. Anyway guys, welcome back to episode 14. As always, Ashen here, and today we're going to be doing a bit more on this watermelon farm factory, whatever we're going to call it. Anyway, I'm just doing a quick before and after for you guys. As you can see, I've been busy getting all the spruce wood that I'm going to need, hopefully, for this build. And I just wanted to show you, this is before I make it all pretty. I've still got to put like the actual redstone in yet, but this is the basic shape that it's going to be. Going to fill all that in with spruce planks and then put some leaves in. But after that, I can make it look nice, and that's what you're going to see next. So I will bring you back in just a couple of seconds. Welcome back guys. You might not be able to recognise the place now, but I've done some more work on it. I've made it look nice. These are all separated off. I'm not entirely sure about these columns. Might change them. It just doesn't sit right with me, but it's a bit awkward. I want it to look like sort of open, but I will put some work in. It's not got a front yet because I might curve it round. I might just leave it solid at the back. I don't know. I've got plenty of time to work on that thing. Anyway, the important stuff is most of the redstone, well, most of the complicated redstone is done. I'm just going to pillar up here and show you. These are the two controls, which I'll explain in a little bit more detail. Well, I'll show you how they work in a couple of seconds. But if you come up here, you can see I have put the rest of the piping in and also changed the design a bit. I had to move the hopper from up top to the side because when it was locking, when there was nothing in the chest, it was keeping this powered, which means it would only drop once. The clock wouldn't actually work. Well, the clock would work, but it would be constantly powered, so it wouldn't drop anything. I have put in the override switches. This massive one is the hopper toggle, which basically means even if the chest isn't full, I can open those hoppers now if I want to, which means the chests don't have to be full for us to drop all our items down. Coming off from that, kind of extending, these things around the outside are the dropper locks. So if I decide that if there's stuff in the dropper and I don't want it to drop, we can turn that off because the clicking might be annoying. We might decide we don't want stuff to drop. Could be many reasons why, but we've got that choice now. That's the important thing. Now the other thing that I'm working on up here, it's going to take a while because it needs so much iron. I have none. Again, after all my gloating last episode, I've run out because all those hoppers were crazy expensive. Not even funny. But we have enough for this one piston array, which is going to be the start of our project. Well, the first bit that we'll actually be able to see it fully working. So off camera, I'm going to fill all this in with spruce and leaves, because you need a transparent block above it to let it grow, and then I'll do all the wiring and hook it up to either a day-night sensor or a hopper timer running at 5 minutes. I'm not quite decided yet. We shall have to see, but one last thing before I go back, one last thing to show you on this little update, and that is the flip-flops. I'm not sure if people are aware of these, but basically, well, I'm sure most of you will be aware of these. For people who don't know, basically you send a quick pulse in here and it alternates the state like you'd hit a lever. And that works by, it powers it briefly enough to push the block forward, but it doesn't bring it back with it. Unless you send it out again. So that's how the flip-flop works, and I'll show you what this means. Means that we have a nice little control panel up here. How did I get in? I didn't come in through that way, surely. Holes everywhere. Bit of a mess, yeah, I need to work on access and stuff like that. And I missed my block placing once again. But yeah, this does mean that, I wonder if these are locked or not at the moment, we'll see. We'll stick. Okay, so they're not locked at the moment. Means that we hit this. Sorry, that was locked. And it starts dispensing. We get tired of the clicking. We turn it back off again. And just to show you that this actually works, the whole system together. I can't remember, did I just lock that on the way back? I think I did. Oh no, they're unlocked at the moment, the hoppers. So I need to go and lock that. Sorry, I could have planned this demonstration a little bit better, I think. that should be right now. I'm going to put display lights up. I just haven't got around to it yet. Because it means I have to go back to the nether. And you know how I feel about the nether. Anyway. Too used to holding shift for everything. Let's say we place these blocks in. At the moment, because the chest isn't full, it's not powered. If we were to fill it, it would unlock the hopper. So we'll go down, hit the toggle button, and it'll drop it into the pipe and start dispensing it. Give it a second, it's not the quickest of signals. And as you can see there, it's working. And once we get tired of that, as before, just hit it. So the next thing for me to do is to go and grow those melons for a start, and wire up the redstone up top. Oh, I forgot it's going to take a while to filter through. So I will go and do that now. I will go and put the pistons in order. So I will see you guys once again in a couple of seconds. Come on now, how am I supposed to resist this? I can't, I'm sorry. Bye, guy. No. Beautiful. So much iron gone. But hopefully going to be worth it. As you can see, I have done most of these things now. These... Oh, I need to plant these. I never got around to doing that. I'm going to do that next. But all the pumpkins are done. I've just left the top bits open so I can show you, like, the design if you are trying to copy this. The reason I've done it like this, with a collection sort of bucket, instead of using sticky pistons, is that this is survival, and it's already cost me enough iron. It cost me, like, 100 and something iron for all the pistons anyway. If I was going to use sticky pistons to pull blocks out to collect it, it would just get crazy expensive. So this is fairly efficient, and as I said, first time round, we're not going to lose anything. All this is free. So basically you have this pattern. After that you put pistons above all the growth blocks, and above the sprouts themselves you need to put a leaf block. So that's how that looks. Now you need to, it can be a leaf block, it can be a glass block, it can be glowstone, whatever, it just needs to be transparent. Don't use solid blocks, because otherwise it won't grow. And then you need to cover all the transparent blocks with wood, because one of the things that I've noticed is that things will pop out of the top if they get the opportunity. So if you seal it off with this, it means that all the blocks stay inside the collection area, which is good. I've put this wire in now, which is to allow us to force a harvest if we want to from down below. And as you can see, I've recently did a collection on this. It's not getting all of them, getting enough though. So what I will do is now show you, hopefully, how this thing works. Obviously I've still got a lot of tidying up to do. This is still a mess, but change that so it's turned on, because I did some recent testing. As you can see, I left a bit on the side. Now I'm not sure if this will work properly. I might cut and come back because there's not many that have grown just yet, but we'll see if we get any. Sort of proof of concept sort of thing. So let's go and hit this. You can't hear the pistons working, but trust me, they are. Now we jump over here and turn this off, and fingers crossed it dispenses. We only got 3 or something, whatever. But proof of concept, it works. So I'm gonna do a little bit of tidying up here, and I will be back when I've got like a more official thing to show you, and I'll give them some time to grow. So I will see you guys once again, hopefully for the last time this episode, in a couple of seconds. How has this guy even managed to... He was down there. This shouldn't be possible. Anyway, I'm gonna do the thing. Problem solved. By the way, I didn't show you before, but we have new clothes now. We've got fancy new gear because for some reason I had so much leather lying around, and hey, it goes with my mask, so no more iron armor for us. Alright guys, this is now pretty much done. At least in terms of the redstoning and all that stuff. Still need to decorate it, but check this out. I've been testing it, as you can see, and I've got tons and tons of pumpkins and melons from it. Now, I'm going to do something which I've not tested yet, and that is if the day-night sensor is working. So at the moment, the Droppers should be empty. Yep, they are good. We are going to go to sleep. We are going to get morning going here, and this should, in theory, toggle the pistons, which we'll be able to hear from here. I'm getting a little bit of lag, so that is good. Skeleton burning up. Zombies and stuff can still spawn up there. That needs fixing. Oh, we've got a friend here. Let's get rid of him before I look at him. Oh, no, nope, he's gone. Okay, so if we hit this now... Perfect. See all this stuff? Coming out from all of them now. It's a little bit laggy because of all the clocks. I'll have to see what I can do about that, but it's working perfectly. And then we just turn this. We'll turn this on and turn this off. I put these display lights in so I can tell when stuff is actually going on instead of having to guess. So we've got stuff stored in the droppers at the moment, and in 1 second we'll just jump around the back. All this needs working out still. It's not done just yet, but oh, there's the skeleton. Here is the day-night sensor, and how that works is I will just hop up and show you. Day-night sensor, the signal gets inverted because we want it off by default. Only on the... Wait, is that why? We want that bit turned off. It gets fed into... Let's see if I can just... Ashen Mask's legendary explanations strike once again. So we put this on, it turns that signal off briefly because of the repeater. That gives the torch a moment to turn on before this comes back around and turns it off again, generates a pulse, goes and hits those pistons up. We can still use the manual override anytime we like, so we don't have to wait for it to be morning for it to harvest. That's just so it keeps harvesting even if I'm not here hitting the button. So that's it. That's the first step in this factory. May as well eat the melon now instead of wasting steak. There's still a lot more that we need to do. Most of it is just going to be for looks. Like, I'm going to set up a little factory floor over there. Maybe a reception area, or stuff like that. I need to tidy this area up. Probably going to put some new lighting in on the floor. If you can't really tell here, but all these pumpkins are lit. And rule number 1 with pumpkins, I can't remember if I said this, I probably did, never ever show the face. The faces are ugly, so hide them while you can. But that's it for the first part. We've got functioning pumpkin and melon farms now. Which means at some point we can go back to filling that in because I'll have enough lighting. And I can get all the trees and stuff ready. Next episode, I don't know what I'm going to do. Not going to make any promises because I have a project in mind for that area. And it has to do with upgrading this thing. So, who knows? But we've got plenty to do in this world at the moment, actually. Plenty and plenty of stuff to do. So, I've got a couple of projects in mind. We'll see what happens. But that's going to be it for the day, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. I think the episode is going to turn out quite short, probably under 20 minutes, but we've got a lot done in those 20 minutes. So, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Until next episode, I will see you then, and take care, guys.